Hey everybody. The turn of Exodus 34:22 did not occur on the full moon of March 12, 2017. Instead, the turn was observed as complete on the full moon of April 11th, 2017. Therefore, the true appointed time of trumpets is coming up next week. The Southern Hemisphere is in their fall season right now, and their 7th month will start on the new moon and first crescent of April 26th and 27th. So trumpets for them will start on the evening of April 26th and last until the evening of April 28th. In the Northern Hemisphere, that will represent the first day of the first month. Then the window for atonement in the Southern Hemisphere will be from May 4th through May 6th. Passover in the Northern Hemisphere will occur on the window of May 9th through the 11th. The window for unleavened bread will be from May 9th to May 17th, and the window for tabernacles in the Southern Hemisphere will be from May 10th through May 18th, each of those days having a 3-day window. In Bible prophecy, both the exodus from Egypt and the rain of fire and brimstone on Sodom occur on the appointed times of Passover and unleavened bread. So these appointed times are always watches, but these appointed times are especially important in 2017 and 2018 because they represent the end of 70 years of serving Babylon. The book of Daniel says the end of sins will occur after 77 from the commandment to restore Jerusalem, and the book of Jeremiah says the destruction will occur after 70 years. So when we put that together, we can see a difference of 7 years, the destruction after 70 years, and God's restoration after 77 years. 2017 and 2018 represent the end of the 70 years in Jeremiah 25. That 70-year period starts when the nations around Jerusalem begin to serve the king of Babylon. Revelation 17 tells us that the specific king it refers to is the 8th king. The 8th king rose up in 1945, so the nations around Jerusalem had to start serving that king sometime after 1945. The 8th king is the United Nations, and the United Nations acquired the nations around Jerusalem in January and February 1947. On May 15th, 1947, the United Nations created the Special Committee on Palestine. That committee was created in order to decide what to do with their newly acquired territory. The committee deliberated on that question in the spring and summer of 1947, and they released a report on September 3rd, 1947, which proposed the plan to create the nation of Israel. They then voted on that proposal 2 months later on November 29th, 1947. That was the commandment to restore Jerusalem that Daniel 9:24 and 25 talk about. But again, the significant event described in Jeremiah is the serving of the United Nations by that region. So it's anyone's guess what actual date they began to serve the UN. I think that's another reason Jesus said we won't know the day or the hour. But May 15th, 2017 is an important marker date because that is the 70th anniversary of the date that the 8th king began to discuss with them what they should do. And that 70th anniversary occurs on true unleavened bread this year, which is the Passover fast, which represents the fall of both Egypt and Sodom, which both represent end-time Babylon, which we are told will fall after those nations have served her for 70 years. So we're entering a very significant time again this next month. The prophecy says no one will know the day or the hour that this event is going to happen, but it may be possible to locate the season or even the month. For more information on the ancient biblical calendar and or the entire prophetic timeline explained in the Bible, you can watch the videos linked here. I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you next week.